What's going on, everybody? I am Kevin Britton. I am the host of the 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive, bringing you all of your Chiefs content right here on Stadium Drive Sports. Hey, Sean, let the people know.
First of all, can you hear me okay? All right, we've had some technical difficulties our last couple lives, but hey, I think we're going to get through it and have a cool, clean, and clear episode. At least I'm hoping and praying. Now, look, speaking of hoping and praying, the Royals. I know we're doing it for them, and it's kind of like the Angels. Remember Angels in the Outfield, Kev? Remember that movie? A little kid. It's kind of dark, him going through a divorce at the beginning and then wishing on the Angels, but it happened. And or like Major League with the past Cleveland Indians. Well, we're kind of like one of those franchises where some kid needs to wish on a star real quick, and get this Royals season turned around. Right now, we're at a 0.1% chance of making the playoffs. It is bad. It's bad.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance if some kid wishes upon a star and makes this happen. I saw those Disney movies, and it might turn into one. Who knows? But anyways, look, you want some Royals info, you want to catch up with the Royals, I'm here for you, okay? But it's down to one episode a week, okay? Because I know I'm not getting the reception that I like, I don't know if I should blame it on the Royals season or not.
I think you're getting as many views as they're getting fans in the stands.
And wins. It's bad. Yeah. So we're going to revamp this Royals empire, if you will. Okay, Royals empire? Listen, I need more of your input. I'm going to come out and talk about more questions with you because that's one thing you can't stop during a bad season is good conversation, okay? I'm here for you. We can talk about it during the entire season, and this is what this combo show is all about. So feel free to leave a comment, and let's talk about it and get through it like therapist. I am your therapist. Call me Professor Sean.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys do check Sean out on the Royal Way. Also, we do have our fantasy show, Fantasize This. We'll start to ramp that up more and more as the season approaches, or draft season for fantasy approaches. But make sure you guys tune in to Fantasize This. We're going to be helping you bring home the prize and the pride in your fantasy football league. Now, if you guys are new to the channel or if you have not already, feel free to subscribe. It's not going to hurt you any, but it does help us get this out to more Chiefs and Royals fans. And if you guys do like the content, click that thumbs up. Let us know that you guys enjoy what we're doing. And like Sean said, leave some comments. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to interact with you guys. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is where me and Sean come together, the Combo Show live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And really, it's our chance to answer questions for you. Now, if you can't join the live, just send us an email with your questions. StadiumDriveSports@gmail.com. We'll answer Chiefs questions, Royals questions, fantasy football questions. We will answer it all. That is what we are here for. And this is the Combo Show live. All right, let's go ahead and hop right into it here today. I appreciate you guys joining us. Sean, how are you doing today, my man?
Hey, I'm doing great. And the fact is that I was able to hear some inside info. I got to hear the voice of JJ Piccolo. And not too many get to hear from him, okay? This is the guy above Dayton Moore, the general manager, okay? Now check this out. When it comes to the Royals, everybody wants to bring up Vinny Boom Boom Pasquantino. Yeah, I said Boom Boom, Kev. Do you like that new nickname for him?
I do. I'm down. I'm down with it. Vinny Boom Boom.
Benny Boom Boom. Well, everybody wants to see him, and they want to see Nick Pratto. And yes, this is a rebuild year. This is an experimentation year right here, and everybody wants to go ahead and just bring these new guys up. But there's a guy's name on the line. His name is JJ Piccolo, and his job is to make sure that these guys are MLB ready. Okay, we want to hit the gas on this and try to change everything and get rid of the old guys like Carlos Santana and trade Benintendi. And we've got about 5-6 weeks to figure this out on who we're going to trade. And right now, as it stands, is we were right. It was Benintendi, and he's number 1 on the list of getting traded. But when it comes to these young guys, like I said, it's up to Piccolo. It's up to him. If he brings them up too early and they fail, you can call it a done deal for him and maybe Dayton Moore. And he is on the chopping block if that happens. He said on radio 610 that they're not ready. They're just not ready. I don't agree, Kevin. Vinny went 5 for 5, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 5 for 5. I think Pasquantino's ready. And when you compare it to Santana and O'Hearn at first, I don't buy it either.
What's he not ready for? That's my question. What is he not ready for?
I think Piccolo is just scared to shoot the gun and get him off and get him ready on the starting line and have him run his race because his job's on the line. He seems, when I heard his voice on the radio, he seemed like a disturbed man, and he's trying to ignore some things going on. And there is nothing, Royals Empire, that can stop the voice of the fans. And let me give you an example, Kevin. 12th man at Arrowhead Drive. Who was the general manager that we ousted through fan support and revamped the Chiefs from that point on?
Oh, that the Chiefs got rid of?
Yes.
Man, I know exactly who he is. I can't remember his name. He came over from New England. I tried so quickly to put his name out of my mind.
Well, I put you on the point, and you were going to say, yep, that's that guy. And here's the point. You needed to forget this guy. That is exactly right. Scott Pioli. We wanted him gone, and we did it. And now he's just a faded memory to where we don't even really need to remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened. We are a winning organization with the Chiefs. It's going to be a beautiful season starting out. And you know what I'm going to call this next season for the Chiefs? A revenge tour. Because we're going to play a lot of teams that are going to have it out for the Chiefs. We're going to be circled on a lot of people's schedules. And you already know, if you know the Chiefs later in the season, and especially early in the season, being so competitive, we're going to have some games being switched to a national Sunday night game flex, if you will. So I'm excited about that. So let's talk some Chiefs. That seems more exciting at this point.
Yeah, so obviously we're in the off season, so there's not a lot of news per se, but Orlando Brown did get an agent. That's kind of been the whole delay on us being able to him either signing the franchise tender or us getting to really start to talk to him or his representation about an extension. So he now has an agent, so those talks can now start up. We can get the ball rolling with him, and that's kind of the big piece, because last thing you want is going into next year needing to get a starting left tackle again. If you guys watched my last episode, I actually talked about what players we could be losing after this upcoming season. Orlando Brown being one of them if, he only signs the franchise and doesn't extend. So definitely be good to be able to lock him down and be able to move forward from there. Do you want to go ahead and hop into to some of the questions that we had emailed over to us, Sean?
It's my favorite part of the show.
Perfect. Again, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to send us an email at stadiumdrivesports@gmail.com. So first question actually is about Orlando Brown. Dennis says, I heard Orlando Brown has an agent. Do you think we will sign him to an extension now? I definitely think the talks are going to start up. I was hesitant to say he would sign an extension because, again, if you don't have somebody representing you and you haven't, came out and vocally said, hey, I'm going to represent myself, then you're kind of at a stalemate. So now that he does have representation, I thoroughly expect us to be in talks with him. His agent is actually this is his first NFL client. So he's never negotiated an NFL contract before. So it'll be pretty interesting to kind of see how things go. But I think ultimately, yes, I do believe now, and I think it's more than just hopes. I believe that, yes, we will be able to get Orlando Brown signed to an extension. I'm expecting it to be a 4 to 5 year deal, and we'll probably be looking somewhere around $21 million or so, which puts him right up there. Right now, Trent Williams is the highest paid left tackle, making a roughly $23 million. Word has it Orlando Brown wants to be the highest paid. I think we'll get close to it. I'm guessing we're coming somewhere around $21 million per year, but I did talk about it previously. If you sign him to be a top 4 or 5 guy, by the time you get to his 4th or 5th year of his contract, where you're actually paying him the bulk of his money, based on the influx of salary cap and other people's contracts, at that point he's going to probably be the 8th, 9th, or even 10th highest paid left tackle. So I'm totally on board with us signing him to 3rd, 4th, or 5th highest paid left tackle in the league. I think I have a Royals question for you next, Sean. I do. It's from Mike. Mike asks, does Bobby Witt Jr. still have a shot at Rookie of the Year?
Well, I didn't think at first. You give it about 2 weeks ago. I didn't think so. But in these last 2 weeks, Bobby Witt Jr., half his hits have been for extra base hits. And I think it's that reason right there with extra base hits that he actually has a legitimate chance at Rookie of the Year. Now, let me go over a couple of these stats, actually. I got to dig through it. Sorry, wasn't ready for the question. But I've got them, and they're interesting. Okay, I found them. 27 runs scored, number 1 with rookies. 13 doubles, number 1 rookies. 3 triples, number 1 in all of rookies. 23 extra base hits, like I mentioned. Number 1. 28 RBIs. Guess what number he ranks there?
1.
That's right. 7 home runs. He ranks second. He does rank second in that one. That's pretty high numbers, pretty good numbers. It's getting diluted with the Royals' performance. Okay. It's hard to hit this year, okay? Everybody has a low average, and you would expect these rookies to have a hard time as well. They're not going to come out and just explode. It's not going to happen this year. So you're going to get maybe a Rookie of the Year that has a 275 batting average. But here's the reason why Bobby Witt has a good chance for the Rookie of the Year is those extra base hits. If he can continue this and get hot through these hot summer days, he's got some good competition. Rauschman in Baltimore just came out just a couple weeks, so he's a little bit behind. But you've got Julio Rodriguez in Seattle. You've got a guy, Quan, in Cleveland for the Cleveland Guardians. And you've got those are the main ones. And then you got a couple other ones that have a shot as well. But it's amazing to see how much of a chance that Bobby Witt actually has and how close he actually is to winning this thing, given the Royal season. So don't be discouraged.
Can we start a hashtag Bobby Sev for ROI? Rookie of the Year. Bobby Sev for ROI. Yeah. ROI.
This early, because do you believe? I believe. We sound like the 2003 Royals when we say this, but during these summer years, this summertime when it gets hot, the balls just travel further. This is real baseball. The dog days of summer, baby. That's real baseball, and I think he'll pick it up, and it's only going to get better. And yes, he has more than a legitimate shot. I think he's got. I think he's a number 1 contender. So let's go.
I agree. I think you hit the nail on the head with saying that the down season we're having as a team is kind of clouding what Bobby
Mhm.
Woods Jr. He is putting together a good rookie campaign so far, so I am absolutely with you. Next question comes in from Troy. He says, I saw your video comparing the rosters. Do you really think the Chargers are better than the Chiefs? So let me clear this one up for you a little bit here, Troy. Do the Chargers have a better overall roster than the Kansas City Chiefs? Yes. Yes, they do. And as big of a Chiefs fan as I am, I'm not going to sit here and lie about it or, be a homer. Yes, they have a better roster.
Okay, first of all, I just want to point out the obvious on that. Their wide receivers are way better, and their defensive ends, Joey Bosa. I mean, get out of here! Come on, we got Frank Clark who just plays sporadically when it matters. He's like one of those guys who just plays to get paid. I hate players who play like they're just played to get paid. Joey Bosa, every play. All right, I'm
Yep.
sorry. What were you
But
saying?
yes, the Chargers have a better roster. Are the Chargers better than the Chiefs, though? No.
Mm,
We have a guy that has a jersey with a number 1 and a number 5 on it. Patrick Mahomes is the difference. We also have a head coach known as Big Red, who is one of the best to ever do it. I think
yep,
undeniably top 3 in the league right now for head
yep.
coaches.
Do you know
Andy
why he's
Reid
so
is
smart?
another reason.
Do you know
Say
why
what?
Andy Reid? Do you know why our head coach is so smart?
Why?
Because he can write Andy Reid.
It's
I'm
true.
sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting you on that with that
It's the
Andy Reid.
combo show joke of the day.
Nah, but look, everybody picks the Chargers to do well. All the media does, okay? They've got the better roster. But what Kevin's trying to say is, yes, as it stands on paper before the season, yes, right, they're number one. But will they perform at the end of the season and overcome the Chiefs at the end? Probably not. Probably not. That's what Kevin is saying, okay?
If you guys doubt that the Chargers have a better overall roster, go watch my video where I compare the AFC West teams. Just look for the thumbnail that has all
Hmm.
4 of the logos on it for the AFC West teams. Go watch that and let me know where I missed. Where are the Chiefs better than the Chargers that I didn't give them the proper credit? Because I went position by position, and the Chargers have a better overall roster. The Chiefs have a better culture, a better quarterback, and a better coach. And I will take culture, coach, and
Yeah.
quarterback over an overall roster in today's NFL. So, Chargers, better
Yeah.
overall team? Yes. But will they have more wins than the Chiefs? No. Culture, quarterback, coach.
It kind of leads to me ending with this saying, you're probably going to see some of the most trickiest plays from Andy Reid. I mean, we're kind of nearing the end of his career, and this is the time with a depleted roster, as you say, and with him as the quarterback, Andy Reid as the coach, we're probably going to see some creative plays this year. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait.
Yep. Matt Nagy back in the fold in the coaching staff as well. That's when we were kind of running some different things than what we've just seen the
Mhm.
last couple of years. So we have 3 really good minds between Reed, Bieniemy, and Nagy. Plus Mahomes
Mhm.
giving his input as well and knowing what he can do should be
Yeah.
a very interesting year.
It will.
Absolutely. Let's see. Next up, Aaron. Aaron says or asks, which has a better shot at turning things around, the Royals' offense or their pitching?
Hmm. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to have to give this to their offense, okay? Because there's some statistics that just stick out like a bad sore thumb, given the bad cliche. But it's just the fact that when the Royals are down, they don't come back this year. They're about 0 and 28 when they're down by 3. When they're down by 3, it's a wrap, okay? 0 and 28. The worst in the league. It's our offense. We have no resiliency whatsoever to overcome this pitching deficit, if you will, at any time to even win a game, and it sucks, man. If we had that good offense to where we can get over that starting pitching, and they give up about 3 or 4 runs, but we can average about 5 to 6 runs and actually have a chance to win the game, fine, that'd be a good season to watch. But it's just a negative and a negative right now. We've got once we get down by 3 runs, it's over, and that I'm sorry, but I'll give it to the offense.
I'm with you. I have a couple other reasons. I think the Royals' offense has the best chance to turn it around. I think our offense will improve more than our pitching will improve. One, pitching is a lot more of an individual basis. If you have one of your starting pitchers get hot, congratulations. You are going to potentially have a good game once every 5 games. And that is if they stay hot every single game. From a batting standpoint, you have 9 different chances, right? It's not one pitcher. You have 9 different bats each game. So if somebody gets hot, then that is able to carry game to game to game instead of every 5th game. And I think a strong batting streak is more infectious to the rest of the roster than a good pitching streak. But also, I don't know if it still holds true, but I know last time I looked, the Royals had, batting-wise, had the lowest amount of strikeouts in the MLB. We were striking out less as hitters than any other team in the league. So that automatically tells you that the batting, although it's not great from a batting average standpoint, they're giving themselves a chance. Now, as great as we were doing with not striking out, our pitchers weren't striking anybody out either. So we weren't striking out, but we weren't striking anybody else out. So both of those trends continue. Your pitching isn't going to get all of that improved. So just wanted to get out those couple points, but I'm in agreement with you. I think the offense for sure. All right. So last question that we got here comes from Rob. There's a lot of hype around Justin Ross and Joshua Williams. Which has the best chance of making the roster?
I call this one. Let me jump on this. I'm the first to say this real quick. It's media hype. It's like a YouTube video. Justin Ross got a couple Twitter posts about a good catch here and there. Okay. You're talking about who's going to take the 5th spot. Go ahead with it. I remember the Chiefs actually signed somebody. He was a quarterback. I think his name was Tanny. He was a YouTube sensation quarterback. Alex
Tanny.
Gosh, man. YouTube sensation. He can hit the goalpost, from a throw. Alex Smith did a good job on that as well on a YouTube post, talking about he could hit that goalpost just from 30, 40 yards away. But okay, maybe.
Do you think it's more likely that Justin Ross gets the 5th or 6th wide receiver spot, or that Joshua Williams gets the 5th or 6th corner?
To tell the truth, I haven't seen the video on Joshua Williams yet. I don't even know the guy. So I'm gonna give it
Joshua Williams. Joshua Williams was our 4th round draft pick this year.
Really? Justin Ross has way more hype than Joshua Williams.
Justin Ross is a receiver, right? You're going to get more highlights.
Joshua Williams?
He's a corner.
Oh, I thought he was a wide receiver. No, okay, gotcha. I'm sorry.
So you're looking at Justin Ross, an undrafted wide receiver, or Joshua Williams, a 4th round corner.
Well, you're going to have to answer this one because I'm not too sure about Joshua Williams. Heck, I thought he was a wide receiver. You go ahead,
honestly, I think they're both going to make the roster, which makes this question tough to actually choose one. But yeah, you were, as far as what you were talking about, getting the Twitter hype and the highlight videos and things.
And like Justin Ross has it with those amazing catches. He has it
for sure. I want all the fans to keep in mind that the coaches aren't putting those videos out.
No.
So those videos,
no,
those videos don't carry a lot of weight as far as somebody making the team. Like, yeah, it's kind of our chance to see what they're doing on 1 or 2 specific highlights, but we don't see the lowlights. For all we know, Justin Ross dropped 7 passes before that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and also, it's not real gameplay. He's not getting bumped or hit on his routes. Like,
right.
I think that Justin Ross, like you said earlier in another conversation that we had, is one of those young guys that's really just trying to implement himself and learn his routes, and it's going to take more time than it will Sky Moore, who was our second-round pick, and it's still going to take him about a year to figure out these routes. So it's going to be an experimentation with all these guys that you're talking about. So when they make the roster, you got to think of the work ahead of them and what they've got to do to even figure out their role on the team. And right now, I think that Justin Ross is just one of those players that has got a lot of hype, and we're just hoping that he makes the roster.
Yep, I think I'm going with Justin Ross on this specific question, just because he does have tremendous upside, right? If he reaches his full potential is higher than Joshua Williams' full potential. But Rob, honestly, I think they both make the roster. I think that Justin Ross makes the roster over Josh Gordon, and I think Joshua Williams makes the roster over DeAndre Baker.
Wow, good point. You got to let them know who he's up against, and I think Josh Gordon is a pretty good candidate to get cut. I would love to be a young receiver, knowing I'm going up against Josh Gordon for a roster spot if I was a Chief.
Yeah. So again, I think they both make it, but if I had to make a choice, I think the upside of Justin Ross, I would say that he's more likely, although I think that they are both going to make this roster. Sean, any last thoughts tonight?
Get rid of Josh Gordon. The experiment did not work. It's almost like a charity contract, like what we just handing out millions of dollars to have these guys. Yeah, you're a big name. Do you got anything left in the tank? Man, they couldn't figure that out before the contract. They could have just had this guy run some things in the practice field there beside Arrowhead to figure out before they signed Josh Gordon. Jesus Christ. Of course Josh Gordon's gone. That's an open roster spot.
Speaking of the stadium, guys, my name is Kevin Britton. I'm host of the 12th Man at Arrowhead Drive. Be sure to tune in for all your Chiefs content right here on Stadium Drive Sports. Sean, one more time, let the people know.
Hey, guess what? I'm here for you for the Royals, and so is Bobby Witt. He is the light in darkness. I'm telling you, Bobby Sev, Rookie of the Year. You heard it here first.
Absolutely. Again, fantasize this. Helping you bring home the prize and the pride in your fantasy football league is also available here on Stadium Drive Sports. If you're new to the channel or if you have not already, feel free to subscribe. Click that thumbs up if you guys like the content. That way we know you enjoy what we're doing, and leave comments down below. If you guys have any questions, and we will feature those on the show, just send us an email at stadiumdrivesports@gmail.com. Sean, close us out.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yep.
You, viewer, maybe second. He's better than me at fantasy football. I'll give it to him. But I'm better than you. We are better than you. Let us prove that. Watch our fantasy football show, because you know what happens? You learn from us, learn from the best, and you get paid. You win your league, and your wifey is happy. Happy wife, happy life. Hey, thanks for the view. Thanks for joining us. I hope you had a fun time, and like and subscribe. We love y'all. Go Chiefs and go Royals.
Until next time.